Hello students, here's your science tutor, Nishat. In our previous class, we have studied about the cytoplasm and nucleus. Today, let us study about the other hard-working organelles of the cell. Cell needs few substances like proteins and lipids in order to function well. And these substances are manufactured in one of the organelle of the cell, that is the endoplasmic reticulum. So this endoplasmic reticulum is a network of sheets and tubes scattered in the cytoplasm of the cell. So when we look at the structure of endoplasmic reticulum, it appears like a network or net-like. So it forms a network of passage for the transport of materials from one part of the cell to the other part with the help of other cell organelles. Now, these endoplasmic reticulum may have small granule-like structures called ribosomes on its surface, which makes the surface very rough. And such an endoplasmic reticulum with ribosomes on it is called as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Whereas the endoplasmic reticulum, which has no ribosomes on its surface, seems to be smooth enough, and such an endoplasmic reticulum is called as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So these ribosomes are the only site of protein synthesis in the cell, which means that these rough endoplasmic reticulum are involved in the protein synthesis. Now, what is the function of this smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Well, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps or is involved in the synthesis of lipids. So the lipids and proteins that are synthesized here will be transported to other parts of the cell depending upon its need. Now, for example, some of the proteins and lipids that are synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum help in building up the plasma membrane of the cell. And such a process is named as the membrane biogenesis. Now, if you remember, we had discussed it in the part of plasma membrane topic that the plasma membrane is made up of proteins and lipids. Remember? So, some of the proteins and lipids which are synthesized by endoplasmic reticulum help in building up this plasma membrane, and the process is called as the membrane biogenesis. So that is about the endoplasmic reticulum. Let us now study about another cell organelle, that is the Golgi apparatus. So this Golgi apparatus was first observed by a doctor named Camillo Golgi. Hence the name given to it is Golgi apparatus. So when we look at the structure of a Golgi apparatus, we can see that it consists of tube-like structures placed parallel to each other called cisternae. It also has small ball-like structures called as the vesicles. Now these Golgi apparatus are often in connection with the endoplasmic reticulum. For example, the proteins and lipids that are synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum will be first sent to this Golgi apparatus. This Golgi apparatus will then modify or make any changes in the product, and then it will pack the product and transport it to the target site. So the major function of Golgi apparatus is modification, package and transportation. So this is about the Golgi apparatus. The next organelle that we shall deal with is lysosome. Now, just like we have dustbins or waste disposal systems in order to keep our surroundings clean, these cells also have their own waste disposal system within them so as to keep their cell clean, and that is nothing but the lysosome. So the lysosome is a bag or sac-like structure with lots of digestive enzymes within it. So these lysosomes help in cleaning the cell by digesting any foreign or toxic substance that has entered the cell, or it may even digest the waste product, or it may even digest the damaged cell organelle of the cell. Now when a cell gets old or damaged, at that point these lysosomes will burst on their own and release all their digestive enzymes in the cell, and these digestive enzymes will digest their whole cell, and hence these lysosomes are called as the suicide bags of the cell. Did you get it? Why is it called as the suicide bags of the cell? Well, that is because these lysosomes will eat up or will digest its own cell when it gets old or damaged. Well, these lysosomes are called as the waste disposal system and also the suicide bags of the cell. Let us now study about another energetic organelle of the cell, that is the mitochondria. These mitochondria of the cell are responsible for producing and supplying energy to the cell, and hence these mitochondria are regarded as the powerhouse of the cell. Now let us look at the structure of the mitochondria. Well, it is made up of two membranes, the outer membrane and the inner membrane with foldings called as the cristae. It has its own genetic material and has lots of enzymes that produce the energy in the form of ATP. Well, what is this ATP? New word, right? Well, we all know that the food that we eat gives us energy, but that energy is actually not in a usable form. So the enzymes that are present in this mitochondria will convert and store it in the usable form of energy called as ATP. ATP is nothing but the adenosine triphosphate, which is the usable form of energy. Now, just like we spend money to buy some things, the cell also spends this ATP in order to perform various functions. Hence, this ATP is called as the energy currency of the cell. So, this mitochondria is regarded as the powerhouse of the cell. Well, wow, aren't these organelles amazing? Well, these guys are super duper hardworking, right? So far, we have studied about all these organelles of the cell. Let us continue our chapter in the next video.